Hey Mixer, how you guys doing today? As we get back to it, everything should be ready, and we will get right into it. A few notes today. Later we have module mashup, which again, as always, cursed. Our DM might have some trouble making it today, so we'll see what we do. But that being said, we get a party ready. We're gonna do some social, I guess. And just here's your patty. We'll see. We'll see exactly what we get going on today, as we make our best attempts at playing the social game. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So, starting at the top, Mrs. Zuri, who are you playing today?
I'm playing the shy druid Irena.
And tell us a little bit about Irina. Like outside of being shy, what is going on? Miss Feedy for who, Storm?
Uh, she's been having a little she's a little doubtful about things going on lately. Problems that happened that created distrust between the members of the guild and Thornreach, where she has grown up all her life. Well, not Thornreach in general, but all of Yadria. And
So,
yeah.
So hopefully back to a better sort of understanding after today, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
That's the goal, at least. That is the goal. That being said, next up is Josh. Who are you playing today, Josh?
James.
Playing James. So tell us a little bit about James.
He's a bard. He's more aligned to just. He's a bard that has the purpose of wanting to find something to care about. He's in a relationship. He cares about that, but he wants a goal.
I mean, I think I need to ask.
Okay. Okay.
Got your storm on all those. Okay, so, I have to ask, how did the relationships really start? Like the actual the meat and bones of the relationship, not the yelling at each other, but it started all with a what?
I don't know. I really don't. I think it might have been a stabbing.
Yeah, it was a stabbing. Yes, yeah. You get a relationship with the person that stabbed you.
Yes, I got physically assaulted, and that person got into a relationship.
So magically, you're stormed again. You're being stabbed again by Storm. Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
I got a 16.
A 16. You can roll on the common magic item table, as Storm calls in as Miss Feedy. I'm pretty sure it is Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome.
A cloak of many fashions for James.
I don't know what that does.
Someone has it open. We'll get you a copy real quick. Irina, as you had already gone, will you also please roll me? Let's see. I gotta look at the loot wizard. You could roll me your we'll see a rare minor item.
Rare minor. Let's see.
What'd you get?
Oh my gosh. Here's handy haversack.
So this magical bag of almost holding is a bag of cooling. You can keep, all of the creatures that you slaughter for meat. They're steak, very good. It's got cold. You can keep things preserved. It's a mini fridge on your back.
Sweet.
However, don't ever put one in a bag of holding or a portable hole.
Oh wow.
I wonder.
I'll tell you that now.
All these wonderful things for Irena.
So
she has a portable hole.
Dragopus.
Hello.
Who are you playing?
I am playing Satari, the 5'5" purple skinned tiefling, yellow brown eyes and reddish brown hair, Her horns are curled forward, and she walks with an air of confidence. Her clothing consists of brightly colored silks. Her tail is adorned with 5 rings toward the end. She carries a purple velvet book the same shade as her skin, and she is a wizard.
And she is also one of the new NPCs in the guild that allows people that don't have people in the tier to start playing, something new that we're bringing to all of you, so that, you know, if you're available but don't have the level, that you can still help out other people. So, it's our first test run. Dun dun dun. That being said, we will go to Tamira, who's going to roll a uncommon major item, as Storm also calls in that loot wizard.
Oh boy. Uncommon major?
Yep. And then tell us a little bit about Rose while you do this.
She is a wizard.
You get a ring of
Yes,
jumping.
Fun.
So
And
she's a
then
wizard.
Rose-
So what about, like, where's she from? Anything
She's
going
from the
on
Hardwood
with her?
Isle. A lot of things to talk about there, but I'm still working on some stuff. And like a few minutes earlier, she was buzzing with excitement, like as if she had her first cup of coffee.
Because she met another wizard.
She
of
met 2
conjuration.
wizards.
And now
And
she's
a
going
wizard
on
of
an adventure of
conjuration.
one.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so she's so happy.
last but not least, there is a Wind of Amber.
There is a Wind of Amber.
So tell us a little bit about Amber. Roll me a common magical item. And let's give it a little bit here.
Amberwind is a halfling who spent most of his life inside of the Feywild because he is a druid that follows the Circle of Dreams and Sahinin's path.
Okay. So roll me that common. Ruby of the War Mage. Now, what should be said to is, because it was clarified on Twitter the other day, and I saw this from DD. Remember, it's tuned by a spellcaster, which means bards could use it to attune to their actual weapon. A druid could use it to the staff. Rangers could use it to their bows. All so that you don't have to have the free hand.
Ooh. Fancy schmancy. Don't need Warcaster as much.
Nope. So, that being said, you guys are all pretty much, last I knew at least, gathered inside the Stalwart, the bar on the Enclave of Valor. As you guys look up and see the other wizard, Ariane, who was, travels with Satari and one of the other NPC groups of adventurers, extend his hand towards this Planeswalker Ranger, and then Dimension Doors himself and the bird away.
That seemed weirder.
So,
There he goes again.
Does this often, doesn't he?
No.
Okay.
He just likes to make an exit, if you will.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, he looks to the 2 druids and 2 wizards, and he pulls out a copy of the bounty. Double checking the name, hold on. I wasn't supposed to be the leader.
you're always the leader. Bard.
No, something about grain.
Negotiating grain.
Yes. Your 2 are druids. We need 2 more people for a proper party. I'm sorry, that's James. So how about we all go together? This should be simple enough. Talking to people about grain. I imagine the druids can fill me in on anything I might not know about nature.
It involves plants.
Ah, yes, I see. Thank you, Emberwind. So, will y'all come with me, or...
Vana looks towards Amberwind. There better not be any dirty dishes under that table. You Been under there for like a week.
All clean.
He raises an eyebrow. So, there's at least right now, James is asking for you all to accompany him upon this mission.
I guess I could.
All the knowledge.
Works for me. And Arena, try talking like you actually sound confident in something. Anyway, he looks to Satari. How about you?
What's gonna in it for me? What's the payment?
We're talking and doing good. You're in a guild.
Guild pays.
Sorry.
Yeah, it'll probably pay.
Sorry. All the knowledge.
See,
Fine.
your wizard friend knows what she's talking about. And Amberwind,
I can go.
all right. Come on then. Let's go, you ragtag group. James exits the tower.
Follows, grumbling along.
Amberwind goes to follow.
Okay. So,
Transfer.
you exit the tavern and now standing in the square.
Yeah, I'm waiting for once everyone's with
They're
me.
following?
Yeah, they're following. Then once we head there, we go to the teleportation circle.
All right, so James waits for you. So you all exit and then leads on to the teleportation circle. Gavon is sitting there and looks at all of you and smiles and says, "Didn't you just come back after 2 months?" Does it?
Yes. They apparently need me along.
Nuts. So where to?
Show him the copy of the negotiating agreements.
Oh, okay. Because you're all set then, and we're good to go. You guys ready to step onto the circle?
So you got 4.
I guess.
That's 1. Oh, the other 3.
Yes.
Yep.
That's 2.
Yep,
That's
yep.
3. That's 4. Okay, we're good.
All right, everyone steps on as Gavon kind of lets loose his sleeves, the arcane energy building in his hands as he each of the runes lights up in a different order before arcane energy builds around you, and there's a popping sound. It's a little bit warmer than it has been, at least on the island as you arrive. You kind of see yourself about a quarter mile or so away from the what looks like a city compared to the what you would expect here in just the High Temple.
Hmm.
And you're standing in the snow on the road.
Well, since it's in Lakia, I do have to ask, would I know roughly where we are because of James's touring?
Yeah, you're somewhere between Corti and the High Temple. Close to the temple.
Okay, thank you. I inform you guys that.
It's like it's only like four or 5 days away from Cortia. I think the road is between the two. I can double check for you if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Thank you. That's about as much as I really. Thank you. I inform the others of this and then just start moving along there.
So just so you know, to give you a better picture, you're somewhere between Light Crest and the High Shanteen Temple. Okay, Light Crest is the quote unquote midpoint between Cortia and the High Shanteen Temple. You're 3 days away from Cortia if you didn't follow the road and just went the way that the crow flies, right? But following the road from Cortia, it's about like a 5-day journey. Because
Okay, thank you.
there you go, look at that information.
Thank you, Cliff. I inform everyone else of this because I'm pretty sure, James is probably the only one from Lakia, so. Yeah, and he informs everyone and just starts leading the way to the temple, if he can see it.
Mm-hmm. You being from and having traveled, you know that there a whole huge farming community has sprouted up around the temple. You would have heard stories, 5-6 years ago, when it happened before when James came in, of your sister, I believe, was on the defense, as well as people that she was her associates that you then got to know had come to the defense of this temple in its time when sieged.
Oh yeah, okay. Ooh. Makes me think of that time James says to himself quietly as he leads. Just hearing the stories. Like he remembers the stories and just sort of envisions it in his mind.
Yeah. So what about the rest of you? Anything being said? Is conversations happening? Just all following, marching, playing follow the leader?
So, what do you all do? We didn't get a chance to talk back at the tavern much.
I'm a blade. Bard.
You're a blade bard. Okay.
I don't say, how
I
did
knew
you
that was
get
I knew that was going.
Yeah, that's why I quickly said bard as well.
So,
Rose, you and I met.
Yes.
And you, Miss Halfling?
Sorry, what?
Mr. Halfling?
I am a druid. I've been studying the ways of nature and animals for quite a while now.
Good. And I think you were called a shy druid, right?
Is that what I'm being called nowadays?
It's good to know who we've got along with us. 2 druids, 2 wizards, and a bard. By the way, I'm the second wizard.
Noted.
Okay.
So what? There's more to wizards than just being a wizard, right? There's they specialize in different types. What do you two specialize in?
Conjuration.
Enchantment.
Okay, and the druids. What are your circles?
Huh?
You're a druid, aren't you? Yeah. So yes.
Yeah. I was never in a druid circle.
I'm the circle of dreams.
Okay. Being around Iris for 5 years, could I figure out what the heck Arena is?
Nope.
Okay. Guess all right. Keep walking then.
So,
Leading.
is it small talk or is it a silent march? I mean, your party's really kind of meshing, we'll say, right now.
I'm trying. James would attempt small talk like, "How is everyone?" He's not good at being social.
I'm short.
Sorry, just out of character just makes me laugh so much.
Amberwind's just
What's
trudging
my-
through the snow.
Are there
Wants to
other...
get on my shoulders?
Can I fit?
Yes, and maybe
Looks to
she kneels down to give everyone some piggyback or whatever she wanted to do.
yes,
Piggyback ride!
yes, Atari. What were you saying?
Is there any traffic on the road with us?
Did you call him Utari?
No.
Satari.
Oh.
Well, you can see people kind of moving about, but you haven't really come across anyone yet.
I believe we're just going to continue on.
Tell me about yourselves. How do you all fight? I'm more or less curious. I know we're negotiating, but we really don't have anything else to talk about, do we?
We don't always have to fight.
I know. I just said that. I'm just curious. There's not much else to talk about.
I prefer to do my fighting from the back row.
Same. Even though I fought a weird iron armored guy once, 1-on-1.
Really?
How did it go?
He win the tag.
You won the tag?
No, he won. The enemy won the tag. That was close.
Oh no.
It's too bad that he ended up winning. I bet you're quick though.
Yeah, I mean, I tried.
I usually end up fighting from the rear, especially since most of my capacity comes from healing.
Okay.
She was a James. Wait, you were there. You saw me fight, right?
Yeah, I did. Uh-huh. I did. I 100% remember.
Hey, Mira, what's your AC?
13.
Awesome. Continue on. Just continue on.
Okay.
Aaron just blinks. Kind of want to insight, see if
Trying to insight the DM.
Jane. No,
Oh.
no, not inside the DM.
Jesus.
Insight.
I thought you were going to
Insight
say
James.
So you want to incite
Yeah.
the bard?
Yes. You totally said that in a sarcastic way.
She doesn't know that you're super lie.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
She doesn't know James.
So what exactly were you trying to figure out? I guess was the
From the tone of voice, she is trying to figure out if he's really meaning it.
You can whisper your sheet and roll to me what you think is appropriate.
Okay. Hold on. Turning on. Trying to find whisper rolls. Where's that again?
Cog.
Cog and.
Always whisper rolls.
Oh yeah, there we go. Always whisper rolls. There we go.
He's very, very sincere.
Okay.
There we go.
Just continue to be quiet.
So, Irina, how do you fight?
Well, I transform into different animals.
All druids do that. That your main form of fighting?
No. I mean, I do have I have my. As she points to
James
her
gets bored and
sword.
moves on.
Wow. You don't need an insight for that one.
He
Rose?
dealt with so many people.
Rose, I need a dexterity save at disadvantage.
Arena just blinks and just stays quiet.
All right. Amber, I also need one at disadvantage. Oh, buddy. So, as you guys get close to the town, there's a kind of a decent snowbank off to the left before a couple of little kids pop up and unload snowballs at Rose. Hitting her twice in the face, she catches ice but maintains. She reaches up to see if Amber's okay, but you just see two little halfling feet kicking in the snowdrift.
Oh no!
Whee!
That was a nat 20, by the way. Didn't need to roll the
Yes.
advantage.
Yeah.
James just looks to the kids. What was that for?
Thumbs up the kids.
Did you ask them what was that for?
Yes.
What is your AC, good sir?
16.
Well, that's a 17. As you are pelted in the face and they laugh and they run off, going into their tunnels.
That's me.
Rose is gonna help Amber wind up.
Yeah.
Amberwyn splutters out some snow.
I mean, I guess
You okay?
we were all kids, so.
Amber, as you were upside down, you see that these kids have made a tunnel network around the fields. There's a little girl that waved to you and handed you a small piece of looks like chocolate. And then she walked off back into the tunnel.
Amberwind had waved back at her as she went to walk back in the tunnel. They have tunnels underneath the snow. It's amazing. And they have chocolate.
And we should keep moving.
Blinks as she looks at the chocolate. Is it really chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you? No, you don't give me a nature check. Just we'll make sure.
Squints. Where's my nature? Oh, there's nature.
It's definitely chocolate.
Okay.
Amberwind, being Amberwind, because he's a bit of a schmuck, will share his chocolate with the rest of the party.
You each get just a taste of chocolate. She's a
that's
little
good
girl shouldn't
enough.
have a ton.
Oh.
It's like half a Hershey Kiss.
Amberwind's
Hey.
still willing to share.
Truth be
It's the
told,
thought that counts.
it's chocolate in the medieval times.
There's also
Chocolate should be
magic.
considered. Well, chocolate should be considered expensive and a luxury.
It is.
So
It is. She shared it with Amberwind. Amberwind shared it with you.
and
Imagine
everyone is
the
happy.
price of Osric getting a chocolate cake. There's gonna be a lot of gold to get into that.
At this point is when you're starting to get there's some passerbys, people coming in and out of the city. You know, a lot of there's a ton of Shantian sort of look like whether it be missionaries or men on the road leaving the High Temple to go wherever. Maybe they came visiting or they live here and they're off to do a mission. You're not sure, but there's quite a few traveling about.
Rose smiles and waves at them.
They all may she see your blessings, and they're very respectful in each nod. Satara, you're not even getting too many odd looks compared to the normal. They seem not to. You're traveling with others. You figure if you were here by yourself, there might be a different eye, but you're here with a number of other people.
yeah.
So, they figure that at least at least you're semi-decent. You have friends. They know how good the party gets along already. Otherwise, they'd have eyes on all of you. So,
Do you know where the temple is?
Gestures to temple.
yeah, from this point, you could see it, Irena. It's kind of the tallest building in town. Very, very beautiful. Kind of, you get a similar feel to like an Obadai and Grady's temple, though it's very different. But that same kind of energy, nature and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys gotta make your way through the large portcullis that is open. There is a couple guards, not a huge guard presence. You look around, coming through the gate. You see maybe in this grand opening a grand total of maybe 4 guards. 2 of them at the wall, 2 of them at the entrance, 1 up on the wall, and 1 seems to be talking to a merchant and purchasing something.
Okay.
Ooh.
Rose looks for a library.
Oh my gosh.
No.
As you were here, you look right, and it seems like an entrance to a city. You do not see a library. I mean, you basically walked in. The library is not going to be next to the door. You're not that lucky, Rose. Rose wants summon library as a spell.
Yes.
Only one mage can ever have it in the world. All of Firefly's characters fight you for it.
She wants the spell.
So, what are you doing?
Let's head towards the temple and do what we came here for. Yes.
Okay.
Seems straightforward.
So you guys make your way through as you weave through the streets. A number of people. Everyone seems to be in pretty good spirits. I mean, even though it is winter, There is one thing that the druids are going to notice particularly. As you come off like the square, there seems to be this row of, and the sun's getting just right where it blinds you for that moment as you kind of, fix your hands over your eyes, and you see that there is almost an entire street line, and there is this massive greenhouse, seemingly magically. The glass is magically protected from the ne'er-do-wells and stuff like that, but there is kind of a massive greenhouse where they're growing what looks to be like stuff that you would normally not get at any other point of the year or in this climate as well.
In front of the magical greenhouse.
You're not right in front of it, but you let's say 50 feet away. You're following the street.
Erin is gonna start quietly shuffling over to it.
Mm-hmm.
Amberwind will follow.
James turns around. The entire party is gone.
You will follow the druids.
James just blinks.
You see them. They're not hiding.
I know, but he sighs. One of the biggest sighs you've ever heard, Seth. He looks
Out of nowhere, a jar next to James.
Like James, you feel a shuffling in your pocket, and there's a gold piece missing.
I don't have any
But
gold, dang it.
there's just a note from Vonner. That was worth 1 gold. He gets all the mages drunk. You know that he had some magical spells put on this jar.
He just looks at the jar. He looks like he's
no, it's gone. It's just your coin purse.
No, I mean the note. Sorry. I looked at the note and he was about to sigh again, but he stops himself. Then he just looks to the group and then just follows behind, grumbling.
So, guys, as you walk up to this, it's now a lot of medieval glass was done through small piece of pane. This is almost like this one long sheet of glass. The design itself is pretty remarkable. And inside, as you guys came, based on where you're coming, so this is the southern greenhouse. In terms of compass wise, right? So the southern greenhouse. Trying to think, Arena. There's a number of plants that you are super familiar with in here. More kind of tropical, warm, has to be warm all year round for it. You'll have like bananas, stuff like that. Kind of your more tropical things, as well as a lot of stuff you saw in the southern chain, Satari. Kind of all in there. You were about to say something, Missouri?
Basically, things that came from
Yedra. At least, yeah. They grow elsewhere in the world as well, but they're native to Yedra, most of it.
Interesting. Very interesting. She would should actually go start looking at all the plants.
So you're going for a door?
Yeah, she's gonna go in. Like, at least try to go in, unless she gets stopped or whatever.
Yeah, there's a guard outside as you see, as you walk up towards the door and says, just be careful. I don't think he smiles as he realizes because you dress like a druid, or you're in the Obad High robes.
She is actually in the Obad High robes, but she does have her regular clothes underneath it.
He looks to you and says, as you walk up, being in the, just be careful, but I shouldn't have to tell a follower of Obad High. And he smiles and opens the door for you.
She nods and she'll shuffle on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nature everywhere. She's gonna go look at all the things.
James just watches this.
Anyone else following her?
No.
Yes.
No. We have job to do. We have.
Rose is already gone. Rose Missy steps inside.
Amberwind just goes right under James's legs because halflings can use the same space.
James, we don't want to split the party.
Dang it.
Makes her way in.
Yeah, James, you're stopped as you try and enter.
Why?
Because, there's at this point, there's probably, a bulging vessel in your forehead. Guard puts his hand down. Sorry. what I was told is you have to be in a good space in order to enter, so I'm going to have you wait out here until you calm down, sir.
Can I just play music
Yeah.
out here? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just play
Who's,
some music.
James?
Give me a performance room. Yeah, a couple kids come over and they watch. They don't have any money on them, but they watch and they smile.
He smiles back to them. He's being, he's friendly.
Inside, it's warm. Like it's just beautiful. You're almost in like a tropical paradise. The smells, the aromas, like they even have flowers, like decorative some in here, which you couldn't see because they're basically nestled against the walls. The main space being for food and other medicinal plants in Shantea. There's a high temple district, so they're in. And there's a couple farmers who are willing to kind of explain anything that you guys come across, its uses, stuff like that.
Oh, so pretty.
This is
What's that?
impressive.
You said, "What's that?" What did you point to? What kind of?
One of the pretty decorative ones. Pretty decorative flowers up on the walls.
I actually have a list. Let me open up the list. Boom, boom, boom. Where is it? Why can I not find it now? I have too many files. This is why I'm uploading all of them.
This is
Are you gonna
Greenhouse.
file them away?
You have disadvantage now.
This is the northern greenhouse.
This is the southern.
Southern. Okay.
Yep. Other names? Mm-mm. Poison names. That's what we want, right? Poison names. She says that's a trailing jalap. It's kind of this like a pink purplish flower with these like bright, almost neon yellow. I can't think of what they're called. Center of the plant that stick out that have the pollen on them. Someone knows. I know someone knows the term.
Spell it.
I will actually copy it.
Pestle?
Pestily, that's what they are. Thank you. Couldn't think of it.
Oh, they're pretty.
Yeah, and they're actually used for fevers. They kind of can be made down into a poultice to help with fever.
Where do they usually grow?
They come from the southern chain. Miles. The exact location I don't know. I just want to learn more how to take care of them here.
So cool.
So how long are you guys spending in here? You can spend as long as you want. They're willing to answer your questions. I mean, this is kind of while this is work, this is also like love for them. So like they have no problem. This is their hobby, passion.
After about a half an hour, I'll try and hint that we should get moving. To
I'll just ask all the questions.
You guys, this are druids. You gain some like neon colored beetles for your form, so you can flare them up a little bit better.
Neon colored beetles?
So they're regular beetles, but they just come in neon patterns. You have to specify, like we have to have seen the different colors to change into them. So neon colored beetles.
Wait. That's a
It's
druid?
like it's a small wild shape. They're tiny, miniature creatures.
Okay.
Would those be like 0 CR?
Yeah. So, after about a half hour, you guys exit.
Yeah.
James, a small crowd is formed. Listening to you play.
Yay. He's being nice to them. Don't trust me. He's being just crowd friendly, playing with the crowd. He's toured for 5 years. He knows how this works.
Yeah, so there's the rest of you exit. There's kind of a mass of people out here. Someone seems to be playing some music, but there's too many people. You can't see who it is. So I mean, you don't see James anywhere around. What do you guys do?
Where is James?
Yell, James.
Do I hear them?
Yeah. I'd say they yell loud enough. And people are pretty much, they get shushed almost immediately because of the music.
He moved his way through the crowd towards them, where you heard the shouting of his name.
So yeah,
James, that music was almost happy.
He's smiling right now. He's smiling.
What happened?
Can I insight that to see if it's a fake smile?
yeah.
I'd like to insight also.
I'll turn on DM Whisper then.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'll wait for. Okay.
Seems like a real smile.
What happened to you, James?
Long story. Regardless,
It didn't involve narcotics.
No. Regardless, did you
One
guys
old man from behind Jim goes, "No, but I'm not gonna." He's asking that.
No. But did you guys enjoy your time in that greenhouse?
I did. I learned how to make lots and lots of little beetles.
So
Well-
cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got myself a crowd.
Oh,
So you're
Okay.
actually a decent bard. That's good to know.
Chuckle. I try. My sibling outperformed me, but I try.
You gotta have more confidence than that if you want to outperform him.
Fair enough.
Her sibling.
Yes, Fallen.
That is going to be so awesome.
What was I gonna say? I look to the crowd. I think that's where I call my performance quits. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
A couple of kids are like, "Ah, the bard's leaving, boo!" And they just go back to, running around the town, being
always-
geniuses.
That's always the hardest part, ending the performance. He doesn't sigh. He doesn't
The old man
sigh.
looks over. That's what my wife said, but it was easy for me. He gets up and starts walking away.
James just tilts his head to that, not understanding. I understand full well. James doesn't.
Air range in confusion.
He looks to the other four. Anyway, shall we be
Hold
off
on.
then?
Hold on. I need to roll something. He's old, so there's a -1. No, he didn't hear you in that one. He had a 0.
What do you do?
His perception was not on point that you didn't get it. He was going to come over and explain it to you.
Oh, thank goodness.
The DM's got nat 1 dice today, guys. Nat 20 and nat 1 dice. Who knows? Go anyway. So, now that I've had some peanuts and a quick snack, since I've got to eat lunch today, you guys are about the town. You're still, I would say, based on the fact that you don't know the layout of the city, you probably wouldn't have come here to, even if you had passed through, it would have been, hit the outer bazaar to get what you needed, James. On your travels, you really wouldn't have explored the city. I don't see you or Jocelyn really with that kind of needing to explore the city.
more of
Iris,
a-
maybe
Iris.
gone through, but I don't think you would have got her out of here quickly had you found the greenhouses. So we're gonna say Iris didn't explore it either.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
don't
this
know
is.
I don't think Iris would have left it with all the greenhouses. She would have wanted to see.
No.
It. So, we'll say that you don't know the lay of the city. You realize the way that you've kind of moved around the city, it's not like a regular city. It actually doesn't seem to follow much of a layout whatsoever. If anything, it's you realize that the roads, well, they kind of look straight or not straight. They're more of a curved semicircular appearance, and you figured you're looking for easier turns, but you realize you're about a quarter mile away from the temple, but it's going to be a little bit longer to walk through the city than you are expecting.
Okay. Well, speaking of exploration, this is a religious city, isn't it?
Well, wasn't people that may or may not have potentially looked anything up, roll me a history.
History.
Might as well.
Wait, do I roll history?
If you'd like to.
Oh, whoops! I'm still
That's
got
fine, I got you.
it. Okay, I'll stop whispering.
Rose, you are the only one.
God.
You realize that this was never planned to be a city at all. The temple was built basically on where the rolling hills of Ula kind of meet the plains of Man. Basically where the Dwarven kingdoms met the King of Man. Where most of the northern territory was all dwarfs at one point, though forced out through whether it be Durgar or anything else. Kind of as you left your island, you kind of read in anything you could on Penrith and on this kind of Cortian area, hearing that those were the hubs of adventurers. You realize that it started off as just a temple, and then since then its people have there were farms that were outside, and since then they've just kind of expanded their walls as people have kind of settled, thinking that the land was more fertile.
Okay. She would tell the people that.
Okay, good to know.
Maybe it's the blessings of the goddess who made this place flourish.
What did you say, Irina? You spoke really softly.
Nothing.
That's how she plays it.
I know, but like that's what James is saying too. We're in a bustling city, and she's like speaking in a whisper. At this point, he's trying to be friendly. He's still smiling. He just doesn't know how to approach this.
She gives a very awkward smile.
So you're awkwardly smiling at James. James is smiling at you.
I'd like to insight her smile now.
Okay.
I'd like to as well.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm literally gonna give it to you. It is a smile of like total shyness. Like she's very like awkward at what's going on. Like why is this? Why is he staring at me? Why is he smiling like that? Oh God, what's going on?
Amber just ends up staring that much more. Fitzgibbons pops out of his pocket, looking like James, stares at Arena. Fitzgibbons is literally in a jester outfit.
Walks by, yeah, I know. That's the best part. He's always in his jester outfit. I don't know why. Walks, an older man walks by and just taps you on the shoulder. Hey, boy, you're the bard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of points. That's the look of love. You must be new at this. He kind of walks by, taps his cap. You see as he kind of leans down, taps his cap, there's a necklace hanging from his thing, and it's not Shantea. Roll me a history check with advantage, Mr. James. Decree!
There you go, Seth.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I couldn't have donated to be able to get that good of a result.
What are the odds?
He tips his cap, he smiles, and he goes, and she's not bad looking. And he walks away.
I'm still sad to that. Okay, anyway. Regardless, let's go to the temple.
I'm so confused.
So am I. Anyway, let's move on.
So, you guys make your way to the temple. It takes you, what you would expect normally in a normal city, about 15 minutes to get there. With navigating the streets, it takes you about double that, about 30 minutes to get around, based on they just don't have as many kind of back alleys and stuff like that.
I think we went through this area before.
There's a sign that says you've been here before.
Wait.
Yes.
A few feet further, it says, "This means you, Arena."
No, I actually didn't say that, but no, it's hanging over a shop door. It's called "You've Been Here Before."
What an interesting shop name.
I'm curious.
I'm
I
curious.
wonder what's inside.
Can you enter?
Yeah, now I'm wondering what's inside.
Oh, wait, Arena, come back.
So you enter. You've been here before, and you see a halfling, bright big smile, slicked back black hair. You know, he's got a nice gold chain on. Kind of the shirt popped open a little bit, just trying to show off. You know what little chest hair he has. And he looks at you. What can I do for you? You've been here before, right? He smiles.
Slowly shakes her head.
I get it, but you see, when you say yes, then we can laugh.
I've been here before.
Ah, this guy gets it, yeah!
James enters following behind.
He looks mad, huh?
That's 97% of the time.
Wait.
What's the
He
other
smiles
3%?
sometimes.
Is that when he poops?
And farts.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Wait, James looks mad?
Because it's the moment you're walking in after you were on task and your entire party just turns on you. There is that small bit of anger that comes out every time. So it's not like you're like fuming, ready to fight as someone to the death, but it is still that little son of a. So, name's Pirtle. This is my shop. We're kind of what you call a pawnbroker, secondhand store. Get the name?
I do. My sibling would greatly enjoy the name.
Huh.
I don't get it.
I like it.
Everything here has been owned by someone. It may have been done on hard times and needed to sell it for a bit of coin. We facilitate it. We hold it here for so long. If they don't come back to pay us back for it, we sell it.
I like it.
That's really cool, actually. Interesting.
I know which one you were trying to get, but I had to do that to you. He asked for me to spell the name, so I spelled the shop name, which was easy.
Are there anywhere on display that I can see right now, or?
What are you looking for? No, there's everything. It's hanging all over the place.
Oh.
There's like a gaudy ball gown on a thing. For some reason, there's like a book on bugbears.
Oh, weird.
You're not sure why.
Yeah, that's really weird, Seth. Why would there be a book on bugbears? Sure. Anyway,
It's like 101 diseases common in bugbears.
Is there a loot?
Oh yeah, there's a loot.
Hmm.
It's amazing to look at.
Is there? No, I mean like anything special about the loot?
You can see it on the wall, but you get to inspect it.
Okay. I ask if I can go inspect the loot.
I'm gonna need to see that you have coin first.
He has 50. Yeah. Wait, no, he lost the gold. Dang it, he has 49 gold.
He laughs. Yeah, sorry, you're not even in the ballpark for that up there, buddy.
I'm not. All right. Fair enough.
That loot right there, that is a special one.
Oh.
Tell us about it.
Oh, well, we there's kind of a famous bard from here, and that was his loot. The very first one, we sold it. We came on
What's
hard
their name?
times. Their name is, looks through the actual notes on this, which I had built before. These notes, by the way, are copied because I took over this city from someone. So trying to find things, it's not optimized.
Then
Very
you're.
irritating.
Yeah, it's not like your note taking; it's their note taking. Makes sense.
So they call him Simon Leicester. Is his real name. That's what I know him by.
Leicester. That Leicester sounds familiar to me.
Are you inciting his story?
Yep.
The pauses are me, not the NPC. just to clarify for you.
Yeah, but she's looking for a con.
I got you. No, I know what she's looking for, but I had to make the joke. Where is it? Where is the nickname? The nickname is here.
Leicester. Oh god, that.
You might know him as as King Simon.
Keeps trying to remember. Leicester sounds so familiar to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Simon says.
Oh, God. I'm like trying to think here. Oh, I can't get it. Oh.
What did Simon say about the loot?
Well, that one is that was his one that he won a very old competition of to be named King of Bards. It's kind of it's kind of a tradition amongst the greater bard performance houses.
Isn't there another bardic
Pawned it?
competition coming up?
In terms of bardic houses, not that I'm aware of. But if you have tickets and it's real, I will be more than happy to purchase a pair, because those babies, whew, things you can get from a bardic. Whew.
Oh? Tell us more about this. James is very interested.
I've lost my memory. He sticks his hand out. You found the con now. He got you hooked. And now he's lost his memory all of a sudden.
Oh no!
Because he noticed, as I said, James is hooked.
Yeah. But that's James, though. He doesn't know people con yet.
The bard doesn't know that people use words against people.
He does, but he didn't think. You get my. He doesn't
we
know
got
much.
you. We got you.
We got you.
It doesn't mean we're still not going to make jokes about it.
Make jokes about everything.
Ask Azuri.
What?
Exactly. So, how much did you put in his hand?
None.
None? No, he just. Well, you gonna buy anything, or are we done?
What else do you got that's interesting?
Do you have a lady friend?
No.
Any one of you have a lady friend?
I mean, I do.
I have magical things for lady women.
Okay.
It makes them expert dancers.
Oh.
I could
Go
see
on.
you're trying to put these things in your head, James.
And he puts down like a grass skirt and it's from the Southern Chain. It's apparently some sort of dance, and apparently they're enchanted.
Oh my god.
Is
It's a
it
coconut bra
possible?
and a grass skirt.
Is it possible to take them off once they're put on?
Well, they're here, aren't they? Because I don't have the form for it, so.
Huh. Well, I'm not getting that. Riley would kill me.
Arena just blinks and looks at it and then tilts her head. What are those? She points to the coconuts.
Well, dear. Oh, you're all natural, aren't you? Druids.
Huh?
They kind of get everything and put them together. Right? And he looks towards Rose and tilts his head. He doesn't know.
Fitzgibbons takes his forward paws and puts them over his chest and starts strutting around.
I'm confused in and out of character right now.
Hold on.
And I don't want it explained. I'm good.
Arena head tilts even more. Huh?
They cover your boobages.
Oh my god.
Her face turns very red.
Are you guys not covered? He goes, oh, better not let the guards know. They'll arrest you and lock you up.
She covers her chest and
And
she
now
just
with their hands, they need to be properly secured. All times.
How are you going to cast spells if you can't use your hands? Somatic gestures.
Oh my god.
She pulls her robe together and she just walks out.
You have to call the guards on you. You're not secured.
Okay.
Rose continues to look around, trying not to pay attention.
Rose, we're leaving.
No.
What else
Yes.
do you have that's interesting?
Oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna have to close up shop and report your friend to the town guard, obviously.
And your stream just dropped.
No.
Yes. It's coming back.
No. Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
It's just Mixer, too.
Yeah, Mixer just completely dropped and then came back up. I was like, okay, that's weird.
She is covered. She has.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she
According
does.
to
She
your
has.
emissions, it is not. I have to go with the emissions. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Everyone's excited, waiting to hear what other wonders this pawnbroker has.
Amber, we can discuss more stories after we've done our job.
But you can't do your job if your party members are arrested. So,
How much?
I mean, here, you want? Does she actually want something? I mean, I won't report her if you pay me, but other people.
You are
tend
not
to...
getting
No, I
Arena in a coconut bra.
He
Don't
didn't
even
say
go
that.
there.
He didn't
Don't
say that's the
even-
only one he has.
I don't care.
That's what she's asking. How much for the bra?
Oh, for the bra? Yeah, 15 gold.
Oh my god.
I'll give you 10.
He looks, waits. 12 and 5 silver. Meet me in the middle.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So immediately kind of, goes ahead and takes your 12 gold, 5 silver. Looks it over, because you're a haggler,
Yeah.
But he nods in respect. Gives it to you and goes, so now about that, you better get her in that, otherwise, they'll notice.
Thanks for the help.
Anytime.
She walks over to outside where Eldorena is.
With the grass skirt, too. You got the grass skirt, too. It's a combo.
Okay. Hands it over to Eldorena.
She's like, oh, what's this for?
Wearing, so he doesn't call the guards.
Her robe's loose, and underneath the robe, you do see like cloth wraps that are wrapped around her chest area. So she is covered.
Interesting. Why did you make it seem like you weren't?
I was confused. I don't know what's going on. What?
Hold on to these just in case.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're going to be walking around with a bra in your hands. A coconut bra.
Can I put that in the handy sack?
In the main part of it, not the... Were you trying to keep it fresh? And cool
No.
to touch? Okay. No, I'm asking what part you're putting
No,
in. You asked if you could put it in. I mean, you asked if you could put it in.
bra. She wants a chilled bra. Does she realize what that's going to do when she wears it?
No!
No,
Oh my
the
god!
the reason I'm asking is because you said, can I put it in? There's a regular backpack part to it, too.
Yes, that's what
I thought you were
meant.
asking if you could put it in the cold bag. I was like, wait a second. Okay, yeah, she can put it in the
That'd
main
be
bag.
torture.
Rose, we're
That's why I
leaving.
asked. Rose, you see, the biggest book you've ever seen.
Rose, we're leaving.
She goes over to the book.
You won't seek a hall.
What's this book on?
Oh,
my
that book.
Starts
is the
dragging
big
Rose
book of
away.
everything.
Starts dragging Rose away.
You just made sure to smack James out of the way.
He doesn't care. I will do this for Cahal.
So you're being dragged. Excuse me, sir.
Fine. Let's go with her.
You do not harass my customers.
All right, I'll leave her alone then. Let's
Thank
go.
you. So this book is on everything. They call it, I guess the working title, an encyclopedia.
They call the what?
I just think they should call it a big book on everything.
They call the what?
An
Because
Encyclopedia.
okay. Book on everything.
It's got little blurbs about everything. Well, that we know about. At least.
Everyone there. there's an encyclopedia about words for everything on here.
I know, and I
He
bet if you look for the
blinks-
word shy,
he
it'll
blinks
even
and-
show Arena's picture.
No, but pretty sure we can get an artist to do that. No extra cost. He smiles. So I mean,
Did he
this is fine. I
We
mean,
have every single word in there.
every word and description, so more words to explain words, and even sometimes sketches.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
Oh, he looks. He goes. This is how I was learning. So, I mean, you're going to take some knowledge away from me, and I mean, I can see you're a woman of knowledge, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess that I can let it go for the low price. And he sits for a moment, looks you over. I mean, I want to help you. Apparently, you have some call you need to get back to. He doesn't sound too smart, but I'm sure you're trying to make him smarter.
Yeah, try to help him
Educate him.
read.
You learn to read. We have books that can do that too, dear.
Yeah, like
For the
books
low price, and he stops for a minute, looks around, and goes, "I'm gonna have to say 25,000 gold pieces."
Oh. She looks at the coin purse like, I don't have enough.
I mean, we take trades. This is a secondhand shop. I mean, I've noticed you and your friends are flaunting plenty of amazing items. We can definitely discount that book for them.
Oh god.
Do you have any of these? Amberwind reaches into his pouch and pulls out an assortment of different, finely carved wooden figures. They're exceedingly rare.
He looks over. And how famous are you at your wood carving?
Oh, they're not by me. They're by a rather well-to-do wood carver from out of Thorlador.
He's got insight.
It's
I
true.
know who you're talking about, but he's got insight. So roll me a persuasion, because he's not going to buy your story. He looks it over and goes, "But unless I can know they're from him, and there's maker's marks, and he's big, I can't give you very much for them right now." And he seems like he's being genuine in his words. If you want to roll insight, you can, but he seems like he's being genuine in the insight.
Sure, I'll roll a insight anyway. There we go.
Yeah, like it's dutiful. Like he's buying your story that this is someone that's getting new on the scene, but it still doesn't allow him to give you a huge discount on him. He'll take him a part of a bigger trade, but he's just he's being upfront with you. They're not going to catch a lot from him right
Yeah,
now.
he's trying to help Rose's deal.
Yeah, no, he knows. That's what he's just saying that.
Yeah.
Right now they're not gonna be as much as you might hope, because it takes time for people's names to get out places.
And this would definitely help to get his name out there.
I mean, looks over the rest of you and just so I mean, let's do this. Let me go to Fallen. We'll start with Amber, because Amber initiated conversations. So, looks at Amber. Somewhere around here there'll be a list of magical items.
Yep.
He goes, "I'll give you a gold for your ferret," and then he just chuckles. He won't actually. But I mean, it looks like you get a magical staff. You get that fancy hat. You get that fancy floating contraption behind you. You got what looks like a rod there, and even a ruby. I mean, there's, that's pretty much almost all the way there. I mean, then he also points to the bead of force, the boots, the ear horn, and the immovable rod. Like, he's looking at all. He's like, you gotta find selection. And he looks towards Rose. I'm sure you get some things that you can spare, and I'm sure your bard friend actually he looks poor. But I'm sure you have other friends that have things, some magical, abilities.
Oh god, Roseburn gauntlets.
What would you say that this hat would be worth?
On its own, it's the hat of wizardry, right?
Yes.
I could give you like 27.5 gold.
Don't think I could do that.
I mean, it's only commons are like up to 50, I think.
Yep.
So he was
This
trying
is
to
the
get
Amber
one
one.
over.
Yep. Everyone could definitely understand that. He just thinks that he could probably end up being able to potentially find a little bit more than that later on if it came down to it.
He goes, but he looks at you. If you bring me a bulk of items so that I can help stock my shelves up with more magical items, I can give you a better deal. But sell them one at a time. I have to do what's best for the shop. I mean, we're kind of trading, fluidity here. She's getting one big item for all these, and then I can, because I can give you more for them, I have a better chance to make money repeatedly.
Everyone nods. I just can't myself afford to help her too much with the book either.
No, I mean, if you put all yours, and he looks at Rose. I need to find your sheet to look at what she has for magical items. You get a wand, gauntlets, and a ring. I mean, those, and then, James, you don't have any, right?
I just have that cloak I got just now, and that's it.
He
I don't
goes,
have
looks at the cloak. I could take it. I could do it. And he goes, I looked at your friends. Now, the tiefling one, we'll keep her out of this. She's a hard bargainer, and I'm trying to do good here. And I don't want to be taken advantage of for my nice nature of trying to help you get this book today. But it looks to the druid, who he'd been studying you guys to see what magical items you had on you. I mean, you don't have anything, do you, Marina?
Wait, what?
Do you have any magical items?
I do. I have that portable hole. I have the handy sack.
Oh,
I have
because
the ion.
She had, 3 items that I could totally, I put all those together. This book is yours, and I'll each give you 100 gold. That's about as good as I can do.
But if I give you everything, then I should retire.
Oh no, because then you can make more. And you have this book to learn with.
She'll have a book.
I'm sure she'll share it with you. Well, there's more words in there than one person can read, Lisa. I had more than I could read. So, do we have a deal, or do you need to go talk to your friends? He dangles a key to unlock the book, back and forth, swinging it in front of Rose.
No.
I mean, the knowledge is locked away.
Can always get the knowledge when we finish our job. Thing we came here for.
But what if it's not open?
Oh well. We can always come here. The shop will always be here. The job needs to be done.
Oh,
Please.
but I mean, you never know who's going to walk through that door and purchase this book and take all the knowledge away with him.
And Firefly comes in and hands over the gold and buys it. She's in chat. She just handed over the gold.
But she can't. Not yet.
Not yet. Come on, Rose. I mean, we have a job to do. No, let's go.
What the book?
But the job. You can gain so much knowledge from this job too.
Oh, what kind of job do you have? It's knowledge, I'm a knowledge broker.
Can I insight if he has any malicious intentions with us?
I'm going to give it to you. He wants your gold.
Wow.
That's why he didn't give you information the last time. You didn't give him gold.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, it's a thing. But come on, Rose. We're all waiting here.
Sure.
Some of us are getting very impatient. We have a guild to get back to.
You say you have a book for those who can't read?
Yeah, I got a few of them.
Can I look at those instead of this one?
He pulls out a couple of them, and these are very special. Lays them down. Just
Okay.
4 of them. One's in Halfling, one's in Common, one's in Elvish, and one's in Dwarven.
She knows all the language.
Well, they're not like books. They're not books they're books to teach like your children to read. They're like See Spot Run, like the basic ABC books. They're not like for an advanced person to learn, Dwarven because they speak Common.
Okay. Come on, Rose. We should just get going.
What was the languages again?
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish. What was the other one I said?
Elvish.
Halfling.
Oh.
She pick us the Elvish one. How much is this?
It's original. It's a first print. They're kind of rare in this area. It's going to be 400 gold. The doorbell chimes. Those of you outside, you see a man walk in, and he walks up. He goes, well, you look it over and decide one second. And, he comes over, he goes, I'm sorry, and he hands this man $4. He just bought all of them for his grandchildren, so. Thank you for the 1,300 gold, sir. You have a great day. And the man walks out and leaves with his books.
Oh.
See, I told you, books can fly off the shelf at any time. He was really interested in that book. I told him you're looking it over.
Oh, God.
Come on, Rose. Think of everything you'll learn on our job we have to do. Can that
He
compare?
keeps saying job. It sounds like work, not like learning. Learning's supposed to be fun, isn't it? Smiles at Rose. Then he smiles back at Joshua. Sorry,
Joshua?
James.
About to say, where did he pop in? James just, smiles back to the halfling, and smiles, then just looks to Rose, and but it is fun. You always have fun doing these jobs, don't you?
But think of the fun that is locked inside that book, good sir.
But think of
the fun that keeps on giving.
But think of the fun that we have from our job. That's the fun that keeps on giving too, and it gives more.
I literally have a firefly for right now because she's like, I want this, but I don't know what I want.
I mean, it's just, another man walks in and buys some more stuff because they're all asking about that big book. It's not giving it last 24 hours.
I mean, I'll probably find another copy like that I don't know if the other stores might have that copy.
Are you pointing at the big book?
Yes.
He goes, dear, they made 3 of them.
Oh, God.
It takes about 10 years to write one.
Oh.
We happen to get one.
I'm just gonna be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
I like that James just walks outside and just takes a breath for a moment.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's what canonically happens while I use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
It's down to Amberwind, and Amberwind sitting on the counter. He's allowed to just sit on the counter at this point, Amber. And because he's sitting on the other side. And Rose staring at the books.
Irina's outside.
Yeah.
Oh, the book.
There's a couple birds that fly over to you, and you have some. I'm sure you have some seed from somewhere, chirping it out of your hands.
She's gonna be that one old lady that feeds the birds at the moment.
She's like a Wisney princess.
Exactly.
Except she doesn't sing.
Are you
Well,
sure?
she does. It's just we can never hear it because she's too low and stuttered. So, I mean,
She looks at Amberwind.
literally, if they can put it all together, if they work together as a team, they can have the big book of
Yeah.
everything.
She looks at Amberwind. Can you call them the others?
Hey guys, Rose wants to ask a big favor.
We go inside.
Okay.
Yep.
What's going on?
Rose points to the big book. It's called an encyclopedia and it has the knowledge and everything.
Okay.
And the cost for it is too high for me.
Okay.
How high?
25,000 gold.
Oh,
Raises an eyebrow at the guy.
Or he says he'll do a trade. All of everybody's magic items for the book. And 100 gold back.
Raises the other eyebrow.
she kind of the air and it kind of shuffles away and shakes her head.
And he goes, that's cheap. 10 years labor. There's not a lot of the books existing, and it comes from a library of Ogama. So, I see you raising an eyebrow. This price is non-negotiable. He says,
Did you
very
say
bluntly.
Agma?
He knows. That's where
Everyone
you know
towards Rose.
would nod towards you know. That's basically where they brought the books because of Lord of Knowledge and all. That made sense to me.
Everyone looks over towards Rose. I believe that we both should know somebody that happens to be quite fond of Agma. Maybe you could reach out and contact her.
I guess.
Okay, I'm back.
So are we doing it or no? He looks.
All of our magic items for a book.
On everything, he says.
Book on everything. Tempting,
No.
but no.
At this point, James doesn't walk back in. He just starts performing again.
And you don't have the money to do it as well?
She doesn't have the money.
Okay, no, he's asking. He steps
shakes her
down,
head.
opens the back door, and says something in the halfling tongue. Everyone, you can
She
give me
understands halfling.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're still by the book, aren't you? Looking at it? Yeah. Amber, since you're about halfway closer in distance than Rose, if you'd like to give a perception. He says to go get someone, you don't hear the name. And he looks as each of you go ahead, and he says, well, very well then. I think our business is concluded in total.
I like the way you do business. Have a good day.
You too.
Just to walk outside.
She'll shuffle outside.
James already outside. He's performing.
Yeah, you see a crowd starts to gather. You know, a young halfling child runs down a couple streets, and then as your party's coming out, there's an older man walking with a pair of possibly his sons or younger business associates. You're not quite sure which. They look familiar enough, but it's not like a dead on. And he enters the shop. As I think the last one is coming out, which would be you, Rose. You're the last one to exit the shop, correct?
Yeah. Because she's pulling herself away from it ever slowly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Rose is slowly trying to pull herself away from the book. As this man enters, he walks up. He puts down sacks as he starts counting it, and the men take the book. Rose, he just purchased the book with platinum, and he said, he looks to the two men, and he looks towards you and smiles. Hands you 10 gold. Thank you for not buying it. I figured you probably need this. And he walks out.
Ouch.
You guys see the man with the two men behind carrying the book that he's just purchased.
She just blinks.
James continues performing.
As she comes out. So. Rose and Amber join you. As it is late in the afternoon at this point, probably with him. You left in the morning. You had to travel quite a distance to get here, and you've gone to a couple places. So I'd say it's like early evening, kind of that dinner time.
Okay. Can we continue on to the temple?
Okay.
He stops
Sounds
performing.
good.
He stops performing. Continues on.
The crowd's all mad because they started gathering, and you just stop and leave.
Wait, I before I just
No,
stop and
No,
Not
it's
even-
happening.
Not
It's
even
happening.
a finishing.
Not a flourish, not even like a small rhyme. Goes back to
In the distance, there's a
As they're
very
not high.
disappointed Osari.
there's not a hiding. One of the kids throws a piece of rotten fruit and just misses. He hits the building. The halfling comes running out with a club. Well, we did it! And he starts chasing off, but the door locks behind him.
You really
He
should
rolled a 6.
work on your exit.
yeah. It's my sibling always did the exits.
So you never left?
No, we always perform. Wait a second. Oh my god.
You have inspiration for that as James still has his D inspiration.
Hmm?
I told you earlier, I was giving you, instead of a disadvantage, I'm going to call it D inspiration. You roll your inspiration die in reverse. And he got inspiration for that one.
Yay.
It's social. I'm, not a lot of combat. I'm going to give you guys for your quips.
Oh my god. Okay. And anyway, off we go.
So, as you guys, maneuver what's gone now of the book. Okay. I was like, wait, no, not the stream again. Please tell me no. Please
No, I would have verbally told you.
Gotcha. Only at 7 retweets, by the way. Still 3 to go to get you guys all advantage. You guys make your way towards it looks like there's a pretty decent line here going into the temple.
Huh.
The inside is like beautiful kind of landscape of sculptures. It's very nice in here. There's plenty of places to sit and rest and pray. And there's water and what seems to be like, sort of like not really. You can see they barely have harvest baskets around harvest that they fill, but currently they're not.
Well,
Let's find Mother Grains, inform her that we're from the Burning Phoenix, and find out the rest of the information.
please, let's do that.
So are you just gonna try and skip the line and go into the temple?
Is there any guards or whatnot along
They
it?
seem to be posted up at the door, and they're less guards, more paladins.
We should probably ask one of them. We should probably tell one of them, shouldn't we?
Excuse me. Why the line?
Blessings, business, meetings.
Yeah, we're gonna need to stay in line.
Yeah. Yeah. We should all stay in line.
So
The
you guys
entire
head to the end of
time.
the line.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
How
walk
fast?
back.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not going very fast. It has not moved since you guys have been here. You guys walk to the very end of the line, and there's man looks over towards you. Old dude, hunched forward, thinning white hair. He's got like a boil on his face, almost closing one eye. He's like, I'm not last anymore. I'm not last.
How long have you been waiting here?
Well, I got here in the morning. Well, just after daybreak. That's why I'm last.
How soon do people arrive typically?
No, generally they'll start lining up for the next day. In a little bit. He points to another line. A couple people camped out. For tomorrow.
Oh, I see. So there's like 2 separate lines, and then there's just the middle area, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of places to walk around. They seem pretty organized.
Okay. Oh dear, I just no, I'm not gonna do it. That seems actually bad. That seems morally incorrect. No, I'm not doing that.
I want to know what your thought was, though.
Playing music in the middle of the two lines so people would crowd around and the line would get shorter.
I mean, if you played music and people leave left line, it's not really your job. I mean, they could hear the music from the line, so I mean, technically it was their choice to leave. Seems like a very neutral thing to do.
I mean, he's chaotic good.
Yeah, sometimes they have neutral tendencies.
Yeah. Plus he enjoys performing. You know. Okay. Talk me into it, Sev. I'm gonna go perform if no one minds.
Gave us this bounty.
Mother Green.
Maybe we could, if this bounty is important enough, maybe we could.
You said Mother Grains?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is she? She Father Wheat's wife? He chuckles.
What?
Hmm.
I get it.
The Grands? Or is it Grands?
Grams.
It's Grains.
Is it Grains?
It's Grains.
It's Grains?
Do everyone announce Grains? I know there's no I. There's also no
Gosh.
Grains.
Gosh darn it.
I remember them. They had the cousins, the oatmeals.
Yes! I like this little one. When you grow up, son, he can't really see you. Like, one eye's closed due to the swelling. He's probably half blind in the other eye. When
Is
you
it
grow up,
anything that
you're going to be
Amber
a
can help
great...
with?
Probably. Like, a lesser restoration would probably do this man good. It's probably what he's here for.
So would you like me to roll performance for my little thing? Okay.
Everyone's gonna reach over and touch his face and lesser restoration because I actually have it prepared.
Yeah, people are, like, cheering for you. They're very happy when one looks at Paladin. I'm glad you guys get, you know, I'm really glad that you got music for the waiting today. It's a really nice touch. No one leaves their line.
Oh well,
They're here for like healing and stuff.
That's fair, honestly. He's just gonna keep performing then. He enjoys
What
it.
kind of healing?
All various different amounts.
Oh.
But you know, you see the thing just kind of shrink back in, and a little bit of kind of like pus comes down. He wipes it. He goes, "Oh, you're a halfling." See, that was my good eye. he goes to like rub your head. And go, hold on a second. He just wipes the little bit of pus off on his shirt and then rubs your head. Yeah, I could go home. Then he just starts like, you know, heading towards you know, back to home. He says, "Shantae bless you, little one."
Amberwind smiles and asks if he has any other situations that he needed any help with.
He laughs. He goes, "Unless you can do that fancy resurrection thing." Actually, no, she was kind of mean to me in the end. No, I'm good. He smiles and just walks off to his house.
Nope, can't do that just yet, but maybe someday.
Someday, if I'm alive, I'll be happy to see it.
Hopefully, it's not going to be cast on you.
The name is Myrtle.
Myrtle?
Yep. My
I'll
friends
add it
call
to
me
my
Mirth.
notes.
Oh God.
So,
I know a Mirth.
Would Amberwind be able to send in Fitzgibbons to seek out the sender of
does anyone
the
actually
bounty?
investigate the bounty?
It's literally, they were in wood.
Okay, give me an investigation. Check out the bounty.
She doesn't know jack crap.
Totally legit. It's probably the most legit bounty ever.
Oh my God.
I'll have Amberwind take a look at it, see if he can figure anything out. Nope.
You want Rose to look at it?
Sure.
I swear to God, if we all roll low for this.
Haha.
Thank you.
Rose, didn't you just see like greenhouses?
Uh-huh.
being tended to by druids.
Oh my god.
Are all at fault for that.
Amberwind wouldn't know. This is the
Slowly.
first time he's seen the bounty.
I'm sure it's all of you, I imagine. Regardless.
Well, no, I mean, but he hasn't seen the actual bounty.
Oh, okay.
Looks to.
So,
Wait for.
sorry, you were looking at who?
Never mind. Erin wouldn't. She's too nice.
Are we too late? Did somebody else already take care of the bounty?
No. We might be looking the wrong place.
So we should rush to the other place?
Do you mean those greenhouses?
She'll tell him what she discovered.
Does anyone go back to the paladins?
James would. Should.
James would.
I mean, he's performing right now. He can't exactly hear you.
He's still off performing the rest of you over here. Together. Then any of the four of you go back to the paladins.
Yeah.
So I believe Anno message you need to actually know the person for it to work.
Amberwind could send Fitzgibbons, though, because
No, but you need to know
Fitzgibbons...
the person for it to work. If you haven't met
Okay.
the person, I don't think you can do it. You'd have to double check the spell.
I was just going to send the pet.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying for Animal Messenger to work.
Okay.
I think
I
just
didn't bring
look
up
at it.
Animal Messenger.
Look at it, because otherwise Fitzgibbon wouldn't know who he's looking for.
Okay.
So double check that if you'd like to, because it's a ritual and you're a druid. I don't think you need to have it repaired.
Should we go up to the paladins?
Okay, who is doing this? Which character?
Didn't Rose say she would?
She was looking at the bounty. Last I knew.
She didn't say anything that she would.
Come on.
I just didn't know who's doing it, so I know who to address.
We're going to going up to the paladins to ask questions about Mother Green.
Or the bounty in general. You just asked what the line was for.
Yeah.
You asked what the line was for.
Nope, I need to at least know a description of the person.
So who is anyone approaching the paladins, or are you staying in line?
Amberwind will approach the paladins because Amberwind is an Amberwind.
So everyone walks up to the paladins, look down and smiling, and one looks at you and goes, "That's very nice of what you did back there."
Thank you. I try to help people whenever I can.
What can I do for you?
We were seeking for Mother Grains to try to speak to her.
There's an odd look towards you. Mother who?
Grains. She assists to provide food for the surrounding communities.
And how did you come upon this information?
Amberwind holds up the bounty because he was the last one to look at it.
This is definitely one of our parchments, and he points to like the etching up top in the roll, which would be like kind of specific to the temple. He goes, but do you mind?
I don't mind.
Pulls out a quill and a pen, and he writes Shantea, the mother of grains, and spells it correctly. I'm afraid it seems you have been duped.
It was a trick?
It would seem like someone got into an area of the temple they shouldn't have and decided to have a bit of fun.
Aw, that's a shame.
We have druids that live here. He smiles. That provide and help us with everything. It's a community aspect. We don't charge for the food to the community. That's why he kind of motions to the street and motions to people who look less fortunate. He goes, we don't act, those in the community. We don't do a monetary system for food and stuff. It's everyone chips in, everyone does the work. Even he goes motions to the shopkeepers. They, even if they run a bar, they will help at harvest time or planting.
Well, since we're here anyway, and it seems that the cause for us coming initially won't end up being able to be situated, maybe we could help you guys out.
If you have some healing, I mean, I'm certain that the clerics would have no problem with it.
We have 2 druids and 2 wizards, and we have a highly depressed sighing bard.
So it sounds like he needs help.
He's actually really, really happy when he plays his music, but as soon as he sighs, he just kind of droops.
Well, we'll leave him playing his music then.
Splendid!
The
Guys,
Paladin,
come here!
Paladin smiles and waves to you, Josh, or James, as you're playing. He gives you a thumbs up.
He waves back, smiling. He continues performing.
Just keep playing. You're doing great.
Thank you. He's confused by the sudden outburst by someone who should be on duty.
He hasn't left his post.
I know, but he should be focusing on like the entrance and not.
Yeah, but no one's really fighting in line. Everyone's more than calm.
How's the music acting with the lying crowd?
Yeah, they're happy. It's gonna, pep their spirits. Normally it's a long wait, but it seems to at least be the best wait they've had in a long time, unless they were first.
Okay.
Aaron will shuffle over.
Guess what?
Rosa follow.
What?
This bounty was a farce. Somebody got inside the temple to an area they weren't supposed to be, because this bounty, Mother of Grains, is actually Shantea.
Oh,
Apparently
God.
the goddess
You see the
herself
spelling
says.
right in Mother of Grains. It's one of her nicknames.
Huh.
Okay.
So apparently the goddess herself sent for us. So we have an option. We can go back to the guild hall and be utter and complete failures, or we can use the abilities that we have available and help the people here, because everybody here helps each other as a community. And that's
I'm
kind of
okay
what we
helping.
do as the guild.
A little panicky, like, oh, I don't want to be a failure. I'll help.
Rose will help.
Any of you tell James about this?
You're playing right now.
I know, but still, I'm asking if they would tell James about this at all.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean,
We'll just have you
Aaron
follow us.
Alright. It seems I'm just gonna be stuck here being silent.
No, you're playing music.
I mean, okay. Anyway. Sorry, continue on.
So, you guys go back to the Paladin?
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of, tells you to wait here on the side. He leans in another Paladin. They kind of, bring you like a small little station to set up outside next to your bard friend. And they start diverting people in line towards you. And most of the time, it's a lot of minor. It's like cure wounds. It's some lesser restorations. It's all minor stuff.
Yeah.
Where and how you guys can help.
Arena can do, since she did not prepare like lesser restoration stuff, she will
in this
handle
case-
the cure wounds and the healing word and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a lot of minor injuries and stuff like that. It's a few, skill checks, like medicines and stuff. As you guys work together, including James, you guys probably spend a good hour and a half or so tending to the people before the lines pretty much die down, including the line for tomorrow. You're able to take out the stress and help them. People that
Everyone
are
can
working.
even use Healing Spirit.
So there's, everyone has like a line set up, and it's just like, just keep walking through, back and forth, every 6 seconds. Totally breaking it, because it is
It's
what
like
it is.
going through customs.
Yep.
Breaking
It's just
the
a
fourth wall,
merry-go-round.
Yep. James also has healing word, cure wounds. I forgot. I
Yeah.
actually didn't see that.
I'm saying you
lesson.
guys go through the as pretty much, there's no line even for tomorrow. By the time you guys are pretty much spent, we'll say. You guys are handling a lot of people without having to tally up spell slots and stuff like that. Paladins go over to you, and they both, and the Luca goes, we're deeply sorry that you guys kind of were forced to come out here under false pretense. But we're gonna go have a meal. Would you like to have one with us?
Wait, false pretenses? James looks confused.
We would have explained it by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where you would have caught you up. They would just say, no, we're going to heal people.
Don't worry, heal people.
Have James
Spirits
lift
up
the
kind of thing.
spirits, and Amberwind and everybody else raises the bodies and minds and all that.
So yeah, they kind of usher you into the big kind of their quarters, and you see like the priests and clerics that are here. They are very much tired and worn down. You kind of see that they have the look like when you guys come back from a really hard bounty and you're physically drained. They have that look, but their spirits are all high. They're smiling. They're generally pretty happy. Everything considered, for someone that's just been working probably sun up to sundown, almost 12 hours, they are pretty happy.
And now they have even more of a capacity for breaks, because the next day isn't overloaded.
And you notice that the second that you guys started helping people the next day, they quickly sort of more people came and to see if you guys were still helping people. You're kind of sat as almost up along with what you would consider probably the high priests, those of you that are religious, as kind of honored guests, kind of overlooking the banquet for the members. You have ranging from like, how is that guy still alive, priest, to like, is he old enough to be a priest? In this banquet.
Oh my gosh. How's that guy
Help,
still
man.
alive?
Yeah, like, I mean, he's a human. He's like 120. He's left well past his life. He's just kind of, he keeps falling asleep trying to eat his soup.
And then there's like and then there's the other side.
There's like the 7-year-old priest. You're like, wait, how is he in robes?
How is he?
Does he look magical?
No, you find out that he's training.
Oh, okay.
And they take in a lot of orphans and they raise them through the church.
Oh, that's nice.
You get the fact that let's see, who is here? I would say possibly James, roll me history.
Okay.
The only one I think that would potentially have heard this story. And
18.
But something. So you remember? That's just enough. Your sister's saying that one of the Nost was actually raised here.
Oh yeah, they were.
Do you know who that is? Had a character?
Oh no, I don't. I remember hearing about. Oh wait, was it Exani?
Oh my
No,
god!
That's Mora.
No. Mora? I haven't heard that.
It'd be
name.
Miss Crystal.
Oh,
That's where she
Crystal.
was raised.
Okay. I see. Okay. Oh, that's why she's so nice. Okay, and okay, that explains so many things. Wow. That explains a lot.
This is where I facepalm in real life.
I actually was trying to sword.
I facepalm too.
Thanks, guys.
So you guys see, a couple of the high priests that run the day-to-day, and then you see that there is a seat on either side. And I'd say, given based on, Rose is probably at least questioning the people that she's sitting around.
Yes.
You look over, and one is an older female, in her 70s. She says, "Well, I am currently sitting. I am the highest pastoral here."
Oh wow.
She goes, "You have two main orders in the following of Shantea. You have the pastorals and the true shapers." And I will get you the spellings.
Okay.
She goes, as I am acting, because I'm the highest one here, we are more of a ministry position who advise farmers and workers. We basically will assist and bless fields, as well as other, such tasks based on faith. She motions to the chair on the other side of the two kind of high priestess. There's what looks like one is a high cleric and one is a high paladin, who run the actual day-to-day of the temple. One is in charge of the paladins, one is in charge of basically clergy. And on the other side, there is a female human, maybe 50. You know, got a bit of graying going on in her brown hair. She goes, that is Clyssa Sunderland. She is the leader of the True Shapers.
Can you spell her name complete, please? Okay, thank you.
She tells you that the True Shapers, they're much more emotions towards, she smiles towards Amberwind and Irena, and says they're much more like your friends. She goes, they are a rustic, untamed conclave charged with preserving the wilderness, and they are called themselves the True Shapers.
Did she say her name?
Her name is, I have it here somewhere. Ilse. I-L-S-E. She calls herself Mother Ilse.
Who is in charge of the pastorals if Kisa is in charge of the True Shapers?
She goes, well, there's many of us. Where Clyssa runs the overall and the tasking of handing out their missions. Ours is basically whoever's highest ranking here at the time, if we need to send people. We have much more of a community. It depends if I'm not here. She kind of points to someone out in the crowd. If who's here is current, but I was not, be her, and then kind of points through. There's different. They basically have this kind of flowing. Basically, a number of people can be in the seat at any time, based on just who's actually at the High Temple. Winter tends to be the time where most of us are cycling through and home. Once in a few weeks when we have to start getting ready for spring, then we'll start traveling across the world.
Good time to see family and such.
Have you ever been to the Heartwood Isle?
The what now?
Heartwood Isle?
She shakes her head. Dear, I have no idea where that is.
It's the northern chain.
Oh, it would be, this temple pretty much handles Leica where we do not have temples. There would be a similar, for us, the pastorals, there would be a group in the northern chain. She goes, unfortunately, I don't know much about their structure up there. She goes, Clyssa runs the entire world for the True Shapers. They have a much more stringent rank.
Oh, is Clyssa
She's seemingly sitting there and chatting with the people that are sitting next to her.
The True Shapers? They're like druids, right?
They're like Circle of the Moon druids, but not druids.
Oh.
They're more rangers and clerics and paladins.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there might be druids who join them, but she, as you look over, she looks like more of a ranger. You kind of get the sense of natural magic.
Okay. She's just gonna quietly munch on her bread.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other questions you guys ask? Whether it be Shantea, the factions?
I'm looking over my notes on the Heartwood that I just named. Yes, I think there is a Shantae temple there, but
yeah, there would be, then they wouldn't go to Heartwood. They wouldn't send someone from another temple if there's already a temple there.
Okay.
There would be clergy there that help assist the farmers in blessings. That's a general thing that the temple does.
So there could possibly be a temple in Yedria?
She looks there. There is no temples in Yedria. However, they're Yedria is. Are you from Yedria?
She nods.
She smiles. She goes, many people don't speak or know much about the side of it, but you, as you are aware, they're very stringent on their religions with the countries. But she goes, thankfully, they do. The Yedrians are very open to traveling clerics, so I believe it is Azora who sends some to Yedria. That will send and get a boat. A few of our members have been there. She points to like a couple of the younger clerics in the back that are speaking to each other. They've been to Yedria once to fill in after a devastation about 5-6 years ago.
Well, I hope they didn't have any problems with the people there.
No, at least to my understanding, from reading what I've read, as long as you don't establish like a temple, then they're more than welcome to the wandering cleric, because everyone does have beliefs, and there are always travelers.
It is hard to have a different temple of faith there.
You speak as if you have one. She smiles.
A friend of mine, he owns a very small temple of Obahai in Thornreach.
Really, he must have very good friends to get him such an honor. Really.
Yeah, it is. He does. Yeah.
He smiles. Then you and your friend are blessed, if not only by Obed-Hai, by the grandmother herself.
She'll like nod and smile.
What's the purpose of the True Shapers?
Are you just going to ask the 4 questions that were asked in chat?
Yes, might as well. Because Amberwind would actually ask questions, but I'm having a sucky time coming up with anything to say.
The True Shapers function kind of as a militaristic unit of faith of Shantea. With she kind of looks and goes, they do kind of have the full support of the church, but there are things that they will keep from the church. She kind of says, like, her words aren't lies, but she's being very careful within the earshot of Kalissa in how she frames and says her things. You can tell that. I'll give that to you. You guys have enough insights to one of you to pass. Most of the things that they will combat to these threats to the natural world and wilderness are monsters causing havoc. There are more than one occasions where they have fought and killed a number of dark druids. They are welcomed. They are welcomed in most temples of Shantea. However, there's a rare occasion where these temples near developing cities, such as ones with large logging camps or similar production systems, will not house them, only because, while most of them are reserved, some of them, there are small groups within the faction of True Shapers are known to cross the accepted line and will go to a guerrilla-type warfare with cities that they feel are overdoing it or trying to strip the land completely. So they do that as a precaution. That's your first question. What's your next question?
How many are there?
See, that is tough to say without knowing Kalissa exactly. The number of actual people inside the group, I would estimate between 100 and 1,000. They are kind of tight-knit with their information.
That makes sense, especially considering the fact that they keep a few things to themselves. Is their symbol different?
Pulls out her holy symbol, Shantea. It's got the, as you look on the wiki, it's got the, it has 2 grains on the side that kind of frame the icon. And she goes, theirs has a shield. It's basically the base of this, but instead of the wheat, it's a shield.
Oh, truly is the defensive and militaristic view and outlet of it.
She nods.
Do they work together? Do you guys work together with Celestian?
I mean, where our lines would cross, yes. I mean, we house travelers. We have many clerics of Celestian. She actually points out a couple that were traveling that they welcome in as, on the road. So yes, I mean, it's, slightly different beliefs and focuses, but I mean, don't turn away our brethren as they would house us. We house them. You actually, as you look out now, Amber, and anyone else that's following the conversation, you note that in the back, after they're kind of, they're young, there's a number of spattering of different clerics that are traveling about the land. You see all sorts of different symbols, even Celadrine symbols.
Ooh, most impressive. Most impressive indeed.
Sweet.
Anything else that you have for the great peoples?
James he would do like small conversation with them.
Yeah, they'll have a small conversation with you, and they'll actually ask you to put on a song. Do you know any do you know any Shantae hymns? Any history, if you don't actually think you would know any. If you're not sure that you would definitely have spent time in a temple, then roll history, see if you've encountered one.
Wait, Craig, remind me, what temple was in Bearfield? You remember? I don't. No.
Not offhand, no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really remember one. He would ask if they could like give him one he could quickly like memorize just for the sake of performing one.
Yeah, they give you like one that's super standard.
Yeah, then he would gladly perform that for them if they asked him to. Performance?
Yep, performance. Yeah, it's a great rendition. As the paladin kind of stands up to quiet everyone down, and you begin to perform. All eyes literally on you, James, in the entirety of this hall. And there's a good amount of clapping at the end. As the paladin looks at you. Thank you very much for your beautiful rendition.
It was no problem at all.
And
James.
he motions to one of the younger ones and says something and goes off. Comes back and he gets you. It's a very old book. Kind of worn and tattered. But he hands you, stands up and hands it to you as a show of, kind of, friendship. Especially for what you guys outside. It's basically an old book of Shantae hymns and, bards, things that they would have for a bard. He says that we've recopied it, but this has history. And as a bard, from what I understand, you guys tend to enjoy being able to have something of historical value as well, to add credence to your tales.
Thank you very much. How do I spell? This is
Shantae.
Yeah, how do I spell that?
Chauntea.
Shantae.
Thank you. Because I don't know gods out of character, so.
That's right.
She will look to. It's Calissa that's been answering all the questions, right? No, it's
Illis.
Illis. She'll probably look to Illis and be like, "It's strange how we got a bounty here when no one had written it."
She looks and she goes, "Yes, it could have been one of. We have new orphans here, and that we've taken in, and they tend to act out. I mean, we do apologize that you had to come such a way, but we figured that the least we could do is treat you to a good meal for the good that you did for our community." So
It all ended up working in the end.
She nods, smiles. Shantia does have her way about things, doesn't she?
She does. So far as any of us know, it might not have been anybody trying to do a trick. It might have actually been the hand of Shantia just saying, "Hey, there's some people in need."
She chuckles. "Oh no, I have spent many time with some of the new ones, and something that they would do." She smiles though. You know, she
It's
gets
all
that
a matter of belief.
Yeah, there's no anger in her face.
Yep.
Because you guys are okay with it. I think they'd probably be like, you're cleaning the temple top to bottom, and you guys been throwing a fit.
Amber probably still would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He ended up doing it to the boom. He kept cleaning it over and over again.
Yes.
Amberwind looks towards them though, and he'll say, "Well, earlier you had made mention of fighting dark druids. I am
Not
curious."
us. She kind of motions towards Kalissa, just to clarify on her end, she would.
Amberwind nods. Are there any particular dark druids that have been problematic lately? Because we've ended up having some collisions with some, and one of which we only recently garnered a name of. I was wondering if maybe you guys have bumped into them before.
She looks. You would have to ask Kalissa specifically. Information that is not generally shared with outside of True Shapers. It's not stuff given to us, unfortunately. Unless we were to encounter them, and we haven't. As far as I'm aware, we have not encountered any dark druids plating any farms recently.
Amberwind nods. Do you think that she would mind if I went and asked her?
She smiles towards you, Amber, and says, "If she does, she'll let you know." And she kind of laughs.
Amberwind gives a nod, and we'll start heading towards Kisa.
So Kalissa looks as you approach and says, motions to whoever her second command was to slide down a seat. And motions to the seat next to her.
Amberwind slowly heads over and settles into the seat next to Kisa with Fitzgibbons on his shoulder giving a bow.
And looks, I hear you come of Dark Druids.
The Burning Phoenix Guild have, during the last couple months, ended up coming against a number of events involving Dark Druids, and we only recently came to learn of the name of one in particular, and we've been dealing with a lot of what we've been calling liquid blight.
Liquid blight. Transformative substance can become hard as a diamond in an instant.
Yes,
Given the druid has enough control over it.
I've ended up having to fight a few creatures that ended up having to use it, and a friend of mine ended up being basically face planted into the liquid nastiness. But I was curious, does the name Fangalore ring a bell?
She looks towards you and stands and looks to the paladin. I'm taking our guests to my chambers. The paladin nods and looks over to the rest of you. Will you be joining, or should I just be talking to one?
Aaron will stand.
James nods. I'll join.
And begins to walk.
Follows.
No, she leads you back out to the main hall. At this point, because the healing portion of the day is gone, there are people easily coming in and out, making daily prayers, asking for all sorts of things. Based on some of your perceptions, you hear them, asking for a good year, for so-and-so to feel better, just all sorts of different little prayers being muttered in the aisles. As some of you have really high passive perceptions, and that's how I'll just, you overhear like a bunch of just, nondescript kind of praying as people under their breath. She leads you out the back of the temple. You see kind of like a training ground, a couple barrack houses, and there's a separate one. It looks like an old guild longhouse, like a Viking longhouse kind of, on a sideways. If you've seen if you played Skyrim, like the Companions Guild, it's like that kind of layout. You see as she steps up and in, she holds the door open to all of you as you kind of enter. There's a large fire at one end and kind of a long table, and says, "Make yourselves at home. I will be here, and you just give me a few minutes."
There's a chair to sit.
Yeah, there's comfortable chairs, there's benches around the table.
She'll quietly sit down.
Amberwind will take a seat.
Next seat.
Yeah, there's a couple people that are coming in from the back door, Gib looks to all of you, seeing they've never seen you before, but generally nod towards you and say hello as they, go, and there's kind of a, they kind of head down a staircase into the basement, probably where quarters are. All of them, with weapons and stuff like that. They're probably training, sparring out in the back.
Amberwin gives an excited wave.
One of them waves back to you with a smile.
Fitzgibbons gives a little salute.
And she comes back up. And, sits. So you guys sitting around the fire or at the table?
Fire.
Yeah. Obviously, I think all of you have the intelligence not to sit in the big chair.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She sits down and she puts down a book. And she rifles through it. She goes, "This is one of the tomes of the Great Mother's protection." She goes, "They are not available for research or reading. Do I make myself clear?"
Amberwin nods.
Rose nods.
They are a canonical history of the faction, from the first Sanctus era, all the way through to today.
I'm sorry. My grandmother interrupted me. I couldn't hear. What was it?
I will copy the name of it for you.
What did she tell us not to do?
You can't research or read them. They're unavailable. She's making it clear that these are not like she's one of the only few people that could actually look through these.
Okay.
She was just making it clear in case someone was going to ask. She's trying to avoid having to tell you guys no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she stops. Spell the name for me, please. I'd like to make sure that it is the same.
Looks to Amberwin.
Amberwind will spell it out, and I will put it in the chat.
Fanglor. Great Archdruid of the Rainy Wood. He is first mentioned during the second Sanctus era. What do you know about that point in time?
I admittedly don't know a lot. I was recently informed that it's believed that he's up and about and may be the one that was responsible for attacks against Wildreach.
So, now, I can only tell you that this is at best a rough translation. So I'll give you the information, though the words and the orders may be slightly altered to what you hear tonight. And she does, and for a small show of faith, I will let one of you come in and attempt to read from this section. Just a bit, so you can understand why I mean translation. She looks to the party, who look.
No one volunteers, I'll do it.
Satari shakes her head.
First of all, what language is it in?
She smiles. The best I can tell you is common.
Oh, it's an old
It's an ancient common. I heard that from Rose. Didn't you find something on that?
She did, but she can't read it.
But if Miss Kisa can read it, then might be possible to see if Miss Kisa can help you to get it translated.
True. She would tell him her dad's like when one of our adventures, we found a book that's an ancient common from Oak Raven.
She motions you forward, Rose.
She will come up.
She opens the tome just a piece, and she now mind you, she is very guarded, and she just lets you see like a corner, probably 2 sentences. Okay.
Okay.
Even though she doesn't believe you can read it, and you can get that from she's not hiding it, she's still very guarded with the text, and that you're an outsider looking at this. The format and the structure is identical. This is ancient common. She goes, you understand then that translations are rough.
She nods.
She says, after the Treaty of Leto Valley, which was the ending point, the first Redeemer, after the first Tenebrae era, the very first time of darkness, with the first Titan War, not the one in recent memories. Fangalore, Archdruid of Leica. You have to understand, druids that amass such great power. She looks towards Amber and Irina, and I mean this with no disrespect to either of you. The time does not work the same it does for me or you. They can live for tens of thousands of years, like it's nothing but a fleeting life. Ones that gain even greater power, time does not stand in their way. One of the sacrifices of Leto Valley was his wife and children. Now, when I say child, you need to understand his child was an adult. 2 of them that gave their lives, 2 mortal souls. And they gave their life because the threat was to Leica. He is never healed from that, according to what is written here, and he began seeing those destroy nature in spite of the Titans, causing more damage to the land as he saw it than the Titans were. And he experimented and found what we call the Goofus tree. You need to understand that this is the birth of all blight. This tree, this vampiric tree in nature.
How do you spell it?
I will have to get it for you. It's I can open up the thing. I'll get you for you in a second.
No worries.
It is a blight on Shantea. It is a blight on Rilafane. It is a blight on Obed High. As long as this tree exists, blight will exist. He has gone beyond, and he has been asleep for a very long time. So to him, whatever he has seen is abominations upon waking. I would advise you, for your own safety, to avoid contact with him, unless you believe you can take him down, because he will. Remember, to me and you, we get in a fight, we're angry for a moment. He can be angry for tens of thousands of years, as if something has just occurred.
Sadly, I think that I've already at least seen him once during an event just outside of Wildreach where the druidess Sora, my friend, was face planted into the liquid blight. We had ended up being able to defeat several puppets that ended up trying to force us into the liquid blight. And as we started to finally gather ourselves after defeating the enemies, we ended up seeing him on top of a a good distance away from us. And he was mocking us because of our efforts.
She closes that tome, pulls out a second one, and says, and cracks it open. And she says, "You understand that we destroyed him, or we thought, during the Fifth Sanctus era. Some 7,000 or 8,000 years ago. We thought we killed him, but apparently we did not. So, to our understanding, he might not ever be able to be killed and put down into the ground."
Is it fifth Sanctus era?
Yes, which would be you guys were in the Sixth Sanctus when we started, and then we went to the Sixth Tenebrae, which was only 2 years. So they're talking about 7,000 years, give or take. The other digits. It's like 73, 7,400 years.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually taking notes over this.
And your friends, or friend, how many have been exposed?
I know of at least 2 that had initially been done. Sora was the worst among them.
Have they changed? Has it started? Has their skin fallen? Have their blood just changed all the way yet?
I have not seen any changes. I've been keeping an eye on her when I can, but I've seen no changes, but it may also be in part that she's a Dragonborn.
And is she the only one?
None of the others have shown any issues whatsoever. She ended up being held face first inside of the liquid blight as they tried to drown her in it.
And no other major injuries?
No other major injuries that I seen.
Were you on the bounty?
Emberwind was on the bounty.
Then you remember there was another injury.
I just
Marcus
can't remember what it was.
impaled.
He was talking insofar as Sora.
But I'm saying, he asked if there's any other injuries to the party. Marcus was impaled by that thing.
There was another druid, Marcus, who ended up being taken by a blade that was sent to intervene when he went to chase after one that had taken off running into the tree line.
He was chasing after the druid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a blade made of pure blight. Just to remind, I know you were there, so that you saw it. Something.
Yeah, Emberwind was slightly further back, and you said that it wasn't a clear view at the time. So
yeah, but you would have
Emberwind
heard the story of what it was, when you get up there and stuff. She looks towards you and closes the books. She says, "Please, give me a moment. Again, if you don't mind."
I don't mind.
Looks at everyone else and takes the books with her as she heads back downstairs. Securing the book, she comes up and walks towards there's like a huge shrine to Shantae on the other end, and there is this odd looking kind of plant, very, very different than anything you've ever seen. And she motions you all towards her.
Okay. Okay.
This will go up.
Let's go.
Would you at least the druids like to do natures?
Sure.
I'll start with Amberwind, and then I'll tell you in Arena your extra knowledge gets you. Okay? Amber, this plant is... It's magical, but it's not arcane. It is like pure nature energy. Like, just being this close and being a druidic, taking your magic divinely through nature, there is air to it. Like, there's a warm sensation inside yourself. Just being in the vicinity of this, you're within 10 feet of it and you're feeling strong. It's like nothing you've ever seen in the Feywild. It's like nothing you've ever seen in any of your travels. You have no clue what this is. Arena, not only that, but you see, you look and you study a little bit more, and even as the leaf slowly, like a leaf will slowly curl, like it's, not getting enough water, and then you see just the surge of magic as the leaf just slightly tips back up, almost healing itself. She looks to you and says, "You said you have 2 friends exposed. Is that correct?"
Yes.
She reaches up with just a very tiny knife, and you see the symbolism. There's 3 symbolisms on it. You have the symbol of like Shantea at the bottom of the hilt, and this like it's almost like a very tiny dagger. You have almost the symbol of Obed High and of Rillipain, almost making up this third. The 3 making up this different symbol. She says, "This is Shantea's flower." She cuts off 1 leaf and a 2nd leaf, and she hands them both to you, kind of in this, like almost puts them on like a glass dish, and she says, "You have about 6 hours before they lose their magic. They must eat them fully. These used to spread all throughout Leto Valley. There's only 2 of them known in the world left. They should cure your friends of their illness."
Why is there only 2 left?
Because Leto Valley, my child, is what you know as the Dark Desert now.
Oh,
It was once a lush valley, a bastion of civilization. But things that my book do not tell me happened. I have references to it, but the story is not fully told.
that's...
This is the only known cure to the blight.
So they have to eat the leaves.
Within about 6 hours. I would do it as quickly as you possibly can.
Okay. Any special method they have to eat the leaves, or just eat it
Just
whole?
eat it. The plant itself will take care of the rest.
Okay.
Amberwind looks to at least Rose and says, "Do you know how to send?
I can.
Rose
Uh,
nods.
Can one of you send to Marcus and one of you send to Sora and ask them to either meet us at the guild hall or Cortia?"
I imagine we can do that. We're not. Yeah.
You going to Cortia would be multiple days walk.
Okay. Then
So,
go into
guild
the
hall.
guild hall.
Okay. She looks to James. Who are you going to send to?
Sora, if you don't mind.
Okay, then I will send to Marcus.
And before you guys, she goes, "Before you do send, please.
Okay.
I need to inform you that we cannot take from this whenever bad things happen. It takes time for them to regenerate. You see the leaves not back yet. Which means should more become infected, there is not always a hope."
I did have a book once that had possible theories to curing the blight.
She looks and goes, "Many theories have been created over time. I say that this is the only known cure because it's the only one that we have found to be effective. If you ever do find another cure, please, child, come and tell us. It will help a great many people."
She'll slowly nod.
She looks to the druids. She pulls out a pair of small, almost coins, platinum in base, and they have this the symbol on them. Should any of journeys you ever come across our members in the wilds, and there is someone trust, and those are my tokens.
She'll take one.
Amberwind will take another.
And she goes, "Now I would suggest you get to your friends."
We are greatly appreciative of all of your assistance and the information you have granted us.
She nods. May Shantae bring life back to your friends.
Thank you for helping. I don't know how I can thank you enough for this.
She smiles. Good deeds are rewarded with good deeds. You had not to stay and help our faithful. You had not come here seeking direct answers. You came here to help. This is us thanking you.
Thank. He wants to say thank you, but he doesn't know what to say right now.
Easy, James. Say thank you.
Thank you.
She smiles. Until next we meet.
Until next we meet. Can I have a hug?
She bends down and gives him a hug.
Amberwyn gives a hug. So does Fitzgibbons.
She smiles. Pets Fitzgibbons.
Fitzgibbons kisses her finger.
So, I think you guys
Amberwyn.
are rushing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Erin, you have transport via trees, right?
Yeah, she does. She has it prepared.
You're gonna ask her to use one of the trees in the back, since there's big trees inside the temple.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, I want that.
She just smiles nuts. I'm aware of your capabilities, dear. You may.
By this point, James would have sent the Sora.
Actually, it's transports via plants. Is that it?
Teleport replants, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
seventh level, yeah.
6th level, actually.
6th, like, I can't remember. So teleport 7, that's why. Yeah. She looks towards you and goes, a manner of politeness, just make sure that you send to the temple if you would to need to use the tree to come back. You have one of your compatriots.
She nods.
She smiles. I would rather not have to have a standoff. She smiles. So, you guys go rushing towards the trees. Arena opens a archway, the bark pulling off and forming this beautiful like tree gate as the green, almost natural energy, provides a tunnel, and you can see on the other side, kind of the force on the enclave as you all run through, and that is where we'll end today's session. On time, guys, we followed a time schedule. We almost went up on time, and
Wow.
we were done, and
Oh my god! I don't know how this feels.
we
I'm
even
in
had
the
people like that had to bounce out last minute, and we had to get replacements. Guys, we're doing it. So proud of us.
I'm in the Sunday game. I don't know how this feels, though.
No, you don't. So, Mixer, it's been fun. Thank you for giving your questions, reactions, giving retweets. You know what? For the hell of it, I'm gonna go look.
We only got 8.
Oh, I got 8. You didn't get advantage. I see all advantage get one amazing roll as you run out. But thank you guys. It's a blast. As some people on the Discord already know, gonna try and stick closer to the schedule, especially time wise, adding some earlier morning games and world building streams. So from all of us here, somewhere between the High Shantae Temple and the Enclave of Valor, as time is currently frozen. It's been a blast. We say goodbye. Goodbye. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Mixer. Thank you.
Thank you for
And
watching.
we'll see you later.